Got JJ.Digi with me.
Digi.
Back on here with me.
We abbreviate everything, don't we?
Yeah.
Straight to the point. All right. Okay.
Woo.
Good. What's up, everybody on IG? Remember to check in with us. All right, got some questions. You can tune right in. This is going to be a live episode of Peace to the Tribe. All right.
Is we live?
I think we live.
Alrighty. Peace to the tribe.
Peace,
It's
peace.
JJ here with the fam. Zach, Greg, my dad, Antoine. Welcome to our podcast, Peace to the Tribe, where we hack, aka harness an abundance of coded knowledge. So
We go.
ready to get started today. How everybody feeling?
Feeling good. Feeling
Great.
good.
Feeling great. How about
Thank you for that intro, JJ. Feeling good?
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Ready to start our second episode of our podcast.
Oh, yeah.
But it's a pretty special
Right.
event right here.
Feel
so
good.
Feels good.
We warming up. Shout out to the tribe who tuning in and checking us out, going live with us. But yeah, I'm feeling great. I'm feeling really good. It's been a productive week, of course. But like Greg said, it's been some days this week where you feel a little upside down. So that's why I think today's episode is great because it's when we do have those shaky days, how do you bounce back? You know? So today's episode is about drum roll, boom, 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 mindset hacks. All right, we're gonna be talking about how to hack your mindset in a great way, in a really, really positive way. And remember, I think we should talk about today, guys, if we can just jump in and talk about what exactly is hacking, right? On both levels, on both the acronym side that we have created and coined, but also the term that people hear a lot when they hear the word hacking. So I think that would be great to dive into that today.
Let them know what it is.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, we're gonna dive into some mindset hacks. Give people a few minutes to get going.
Do we lose Greg? Or I just don't see him?
I think so. Just waiting for him to jump back in.
Yeah.
Okay. Who we got over here on IG? Yeah, the link is in the story. You want to join us live? Cool. Yeah, he's just gone. What's up? Shout
On YouTube.
Mm-hmm. What's up, everybody? How y'all feeling? Shout out to the tribe. Remember, you guys can ask questions live here, and we're gonna jump in. Try to provide y'all with some value. Thank you for sharing that link. Okay. Yeah, keep pushing it out. Keep pushing it out. Appreciate y'all. Thank you. All right. Back in here. Okay, Greg just having some spotty service. So once he jump back on, we can get started.
It's crazy we lost him as soon as we started. We've been fine for like 20 minutes.
That's how the demo guys give it up.
Mhm.
Touch
Facts.
you. See if you're ready.
See if you're ready. We can do the intro again too once.
All right.
Yeah. Because we can always trim the video. All right, cool. And it gave some people some time, to jump up in here.
Got in.
Wrapping up dinner. Some people wrapping up work day. Some people wrapping up at the gym. Whatever you're doing, today we're going to talk about mindset, and we're going to talk about how to hack your own mindset to make it work for you, opposed to getting stuck and lost in your own mind. And you're going to hear 4 different perspectives on mindset, which really means you're in for like a very, very valuable treat. Like seriously, like going to get some angles today.
Yeah.
Shout out to everybody joining. I see you all joining. Okay. Mm-hmm. What's up, brother Dante? Peace. How you feeling, family? All right.
Are you serious?
Okay. Mic check. You good, Greg?
I'm good. I'm back. Peace, everybody.
Okay.
Right back at it.
Had some technical difficulties, but we right back in the building.
Mhm.
All right, y'all. So once again, peace to the tribe. For everybody that's joining, as usual, it's JJ with the fam, Zach, Greg, of course, my dad, Antoine. And we just getting started with our podcast, Peace to the Tribe. And we're going to be showing y'all how to hack, aka harness an abundance of coded knowledge. So can't wait to give y'all this real valuable information today on episode 2 of Peace to the Tribe.
Yeah, congrats on episode 2, by the way.
Yeah, we here.
Right.
And I'm back.
You made it in there.
This is great, man. It feels good to be on this platform, sharing our mind, our genius, our vibe, our positivity, our blueprints, our losses, our lessons. I think this is going to be something fun, but also therapeutic, and something for us to look back on. Really going to make us all smile. We got a lot of memories already together as a unit, but I think this right here was really great. So shout out again to Zach for making sure and pushing us to get this thing started.
Yes.
Really, really, really a long time coming.
It's just something we were sleeping on, that's all.
Yeah.
Right. It was bound to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Too many of our regular conversations are like podcasts, so it was bound to happen.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, that's facts. Like too much information. We're kind of being selfish right now. It's kind of how I felt. Okay, so episode today we called Mindset Hacks for 2021. As everybody knows, I don't think anybody could have predicted 2020 and everything that 2020 came with. And I think that it was so telling for the unpredictable times we have ahead. And we're going to have, just as a society, as a collective, we're going to have ups and we're going to have downs. We're going to have left turns. We're going to have reality TV stars being in public office. We're going to have all sorts of stuff. So we wanted to touch on mindset because your mindset is what kind of allows you to navigate through these uncharted waters. It's kind of like I said, your navigation system. While the world's going up, down, left, right, your mindset allows you to stay consistent and really ultimately determines how you interact with these events that are going on in our world. So we specifically wanted to focus on 2021, it being December. It's really another reason why I started pushing for the Piece of the Tribe podcast now, because, you know, again, we're coming into a new year, and I'm like, what we really want to start talking about is mindset. We've talked a lot about freelancing. We've talked a lot about coding. And I think now it's time to kind of dig a little bit deeper. So I would love to talk to you guys about how you define mindset, and how your mindset might play a role in your life. So for me, just because, you know, we're hackers, I like to relate a lot of real life processes to computer science. So when it comes to mindset, I always look at mindset as an operating system. So you feel me, right?
Yeah.
So it's like so an operating system, for anybody that might not know, is like, so for our iPhones, it runs on an operating system called iOS. For our PCs, they run on an operating system called Windows. So whereas our body might be the actual machine, the phone or the PC, how it works, how it functions, how it has any real value is the operating system. And that is something constant, pretty much no matter what. You can modify it, you can download new apps, you can download new software, but all of that code and all of that software is digging down into the operating system to actually work and to actually produce results. So no matter what, everything on top of the operating system is dependent on the operating system. I look at mindset the exact same way. It like literally doesn't matter like the situation that you're in or what you might be faced with. You see people from so many different backgrounds and situations respond to life differently. And it's literally because they're operating on different operating systems. They have different firmware in their brains. So at Unlock Academy, as we're building this tribe up, we're like, let's build a collective mindset around success and around freedom, so that as we're pushing out educational content and curriculum and programs as a tribe, we're all operating on that same operating system, that same mindset, and we can continue to be successful on top of that. So that's mindset for me. I look at it as an operating system in which you build other things on.
Love it. Love it. That's that you say that, because when you break down DNA consists of numbers. So it looks like machine code already. So that
Right.
was a perfect analogy.
Yes, sir.
Entering 2020, I told myself that I was working on my mindset. I had no idea that it was gonna go the way that it went, but I knew that mental health was gonna be something that I had to really tackle onto. And the journey of the mind, boy, you don't know the power that you possess until you really get in tune with yourself and really break down certain mental barriers, and you build yourself up on different levels. You really do manifest a lot of things within your life through the mind. It's magical. Yeah.
Agreed. It's literally a form of magic. I love it. Real quick before we move on, I have our YouTube link pulled up here, but I'm not seeing us. Is there a reason for that? I just still see the thumbnail.
Let me refresh.
I refreshed.
We got some people on there with us.
Oh, yeah, I see that. Okay,
Yeah,
so it's not going to play the video.
Yeah, it's playing for us.
Oh, it is?
I just sent you the link for you.
It's weird. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, we rolling. Just in case you're having some glitches, we good though.
Okay, cool.
Let me see.
Follow up behind this master knowledge that we just heard. So we got Zach, who said he's comparing mindset to an operating system. And Greg even piggybacked on that, talked about DNA and pretty much being like binary code of some sorts, but also just being ready and prepared and going deep into mindset and how much it helped him this year. What's what's your relationship with mindset?
Right. I do like I think Uncle Zach said it a good way too. But I definitely think like mindset is this whole own thing, like a whole different world that you just gotta tap into when you really feel when you feel that, like when you really notice like, all right, it's time for me to change up certain stuff or really tap into my higher self, my inner self. I think mindset is where you go when you're ready to do that, when you're ready to really take control of your life. I think mindset is just like its whole operating system, basically controlling like what's your next moves in life. So if you able to tap into that and choose what you want, yeah, mindset is a really powerful thing that I think people should really, if they not already, is like tap into and just dig deep and like know that that's something that they can go into and just kind of lead themselves in their own path.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Deep, deep for sure. That sounds like really. I like that because it has like a tangible feel to it. Like the way you say, like you go somewhere and it's like a in between. Like, okay, I want to um, grow this business. Well, first I have to go to mindset. I have to
Yeah,
go to this chamber. I have to go to this to like a gym kind of thing. Build
Mm-hmm.
muscle, build up this strength, my endurance before
yeah,
I can even go on that journey.
exactly.
I like that, like it being a place that you go to, because now people can kind of relate that to a place in their house or in their life, or like we talk about a lot, Greg, having a manifestation
Yeah,
spot, somewhere where you just go and just get away, but also think ahead,
advocate yourself.
envision,
Mm-hmm.
let go of things. That's like typical mindset kind of exercise right there. Like we doing proactive stuff but at a physical place, something we could have done at home or in a garage, shoot, under a tree, it doesn't matter, but we choose to make this physical place somewhere where we go and then instantly we in that mode. So
Mm-hmm.
I like
Yeah,
that.
just to piggyback off of the manifestation spots. Um, when you were incarcerated, I went to the beach. One, because coming from Buffalo, we don't have the beach down the street. That's not a luxury that we have. Living in Atlanta, we didn't have a beach down the street. It's not a luxury. So I would go there as a humbling. It was a humble thing. It was like, okay, I don't come from this, but speaking futuristic things into my life was certain thing that's what I would do. I didn't know that it was manifestation at the time. I didn't know I was manifesting at the time. I just knew that I wanted certain things because I saw stuff around me, and I knew that I wanted changes within the family. I knew I wanted changes within myself. I knew that I wanted a business. At the time, I had no idea what the business was going to be. I just knew that I was going to have it. But that manifestation spot, it worked. It worked like magic. And we went back there. We shot a video there when you came home. I still go back, still to this day, because it's needed. It is definitely needed.
Yeah. Yeah, and I feel like I've been slipping. I haven't been in probably a month, just because we've been moving and working and really more so than anything moving around, like
Hmm.
just city to city kind of thing. So get grounded. If we get those moments to just really go back and get grounded. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
definitely I want to tap into that.
100%. And to build on to what you were saying about it being a journey, it's a marathon. Like Nipsey say, it's a marathon, and
Yeah.
a lot of the times you're in the race to get to this certain point, you don't take a step back to reflect and really realize that I'm already here. Like I'm
Yeah.
stressing about certain things. Take that step back and realize, listen, you're already where you need to be at.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Build on top of that now.
Mhm.
Take them tweaks, critique yourself. Don't be afraid to reach out and get constructive criticism and build on that.
I think what's interesting about what you said, Greg, is we have, just as humans, I think, we have like this vision or like this picture of success in our mind. And for some people, it's like popping champagne. It could be a party. It could be like crossing the tape and like taking your shirt off, having the Gatorade dumped on you. It could be like
Mm-hmm.
just something celebratory, right? But what you find is that a lot of times success is often anticlimactic because it really is just one more step in a way bigger journey.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of, just to again build off what you were saying, it's like you don't really realize that you're exactly where you're supposed to be because you're like, where's the champagne? Like, where's the turn up? Where's the celebration? Where it's like, it's not where we're at. Like, congrats on what you're doing, but it's you know what I mean? Like, you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, but you got a long road ahead of you. You got a long road behind you. It's not,
100%.
it's not, nothing is defined by one moment. And I think because of images that we're fed, we fantasize about this moment, but the moments are just along the way, the good and the bad.
Yeah.
So you
that moment, you still got ways to go. Like
that's what I'm saying. It's like, what you mean?
One moment.
Right.
And that's the thing that we're not taught. We're taught that, okay, you're gonna go through this and it's gonna be magnificent. You're gonna make all these impressions and that's it. No, it's headaches along the way. It's growing pains along the way. There's lessons to be learned along the way. And when you get there, it's still more work to do.
You got to wake up and keep going. Like,
You
Literally
said something, I believe it was last week, Zach, we were having a conversation and you said this is the year of stop and smell the roses.
100%. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
100%.
Mm-hmm. I love that. Yeah, I got a new affirmation as well, and it's pretty much around the same thing. And it's like it goes something like, um, I grow every day, but I'm successful every day. Right. So just let myself know, like, yeah, I can work hard today, or I can be productive, or I can try to reach a new goal or start a new business. I'm growing still. But at the same time, I can tell myself I'm successful and I don't have to stress if I don't see something like you said, that moment or the champagne is not here. No, like you've already put the work in, right? You on a journey, you on the path, so you're successful because
Facts.
you can't win if you're not on the path.
Thank you. To build on that, piece of the tribe. So we're always going to have our book recommendations on here. I was listening to The Strangest Secret in the World by Earl Nightingale last night. Super short book. In fact, I always just listen to the audio version on YouTube. It's only 31 minutes. So I just pop it on every once in a while. And one of the phrases in there was success is defined by the progressive realization of a predetermined goal. So just to your point, if you're just progressively realizing a goal, you are successful. It's not about the destination. It's about being on the right path. And being on the right path is a lifestyle within itself.
Right.
Facts. That's real. I was looking at my life the other day and I'm like, my life has turned into a lot of those books that I was reading and those audio books that I was listening to, like riding the bike around the park just to get cardio, working out, eating healthy, paying attention to my mind, having a good circle. It's like, wait a minute, what's going on? Like,
Walking self-help book. What? I love it. That's what we work for. That's really what we work for, to be able to take a ride around the block if you want, in a neighborhood that you feel like, you know what, yes, I can do this.
Right.
Yep, giving yourself that permission. So specifically, one thing that we wanted to talk about today was attacking a big problem with mindset that we have as a community, as a melanated community, which we call learned helplessness. And I think Greg had brought this to our attention a few weeks ago, and I remember like, yeah, we should definitely talk about this. We want to be talking about mindset closing to 2020. So let's talk about learned helplessness. If anybody doesn't know, learned helplessness essentially is sort of like when you've had a barrier or you've had an obstacle with you for a very long time, to the point where you've normalized it. And then when it's gone, you still act as if it's not there because, again, you've normalized it. So I think that the example that Greg sent over the one day we were talking about it was an elephant with a with like a chain or ball on his ankle, and he can't go anywhere. It was there for a long time. And once it was taken off, he still kind of stayed in the same spot, assuming that it was still there. Pretty much the idea of moving away from where he was cut off in his brain. So even though there's actually no barrier, so he's learned to be helpless. And I think about our community so much when I think about learned helplessness. Now, what's great is, you know, again, peace to the tribe. If you're part of the tribe, if you're with Unlock Academy, or if you're just on your own, progressively realizing your goals, this doesn't even necessarily apply to you, but I know we all have friends that might be dealing with learned helplessness, or we have family members. So this is more so for them. We want to give you guys that knowledge so that you can turn around and spread it to somebody that might need it. So again, same thing, back to the elephant. We've had so many barriers and obstacles and restrictions in our way for centuries. But the system of oppression that we live in becomes more efficient as time goes on. It's just like any other machine. It wants to exert less energy for maximum effect. So now in 2020, what we're seeing is there aren't a whole lot of barriers stopping us from doing what we want to do. There's not a whole lot of restrictions, but what the system does rely on is our learned helplessness, our limited belief system. So we want to attack that as we get into the 2020s, because, and I'm telling you guys right now, in the 2020s, literally anything is possible. Anything that you thought was impossible is not. And if anything is impossible, it's impossible in your mind. So if we can just keep people's mindset open, once again, you know, these next 10 years can be very fruitful for us.
For sure. I want to double up on what you help you talk more about learned helplessness in conjunction with mindset. And I also want to go deeper on your point earlier about the mind being an operating system, right? And just being like this overall, some kind of like something like computerish, right? Because I think about like everything around it as well, like our brain being a CPU, right? We think about like the leverage that we have with our brain and the power that it really has. Like billions of signals being sent throughout, you know, this billions of neurons. So we got like this internet in our head, if you think about it, like just all of these computers connecting with each other, all of these microcomputers to make one big computer. So we have a lot of power, right? And then I think about like, you know, a computer has, or an operating system has processes, right? What are our processes? What do we have in our day-to-day life that help us stay progressive, productive, right? For us, I know we meditate. I know we big on exercise. I know we're big on manifestation and affirmations. Those can also be inputs, right? Every computer has an input and an output. So what are we putting into our head? And like you said, that goes to learn helplessness. If you're not putting the right things into your head, you're not moving that learn helplessness out, right? You're not, that's never coming out the way. So we got to think of it, these processes that we have, what inputs do we have? And then also like security, right? Malware, it comes to a computer, it can come to us. So what are you letting come into you? And then what do you have to stop it? Like what security measures do you have in place? So for me, it's discipline. It's really just like trying to become as a master at discipline, even if it's not possible, but still aiming for perfection. So that way I can deflect as many distractions, attempts on my mindset as possible. Things that try to break me down, tell me I'm weak, tell me I have to go back to living the way I used to live, tell me I don't deserve to live here or live there. Like we have to have those security measures around our brain as well. So like, bro, like you said, our brain, if we relate it to a computer, and what we've been talking about is how to hack these computers and hack this industry. Same way, you have to hack your own mindset. You have to understand the power that you really have and how it all flows together, so you can get the most out of it.
100%. Your mindset, your environment has to be pure, and you have to really learn to be your best friend and really be more optimistic and less pessimistic, because coming from where we come from, it's easy to dwell on things, and it's easy to talk yourself out of more things than you talk yourself into. on a positive note
That's
that
right.
can be beneficial to you.
Definitely. Definitely. Also to the point of malware, I think affirmations are great malware for anything negative coming into the mind.
Mm-hmm.
I'll literally,
Anti-malware, right?
would you say? Sorry.
Anti-malware.
Oh, anti-malware. Yes. Sorry about that.
I know what you meant for the tribe.
I'll literally design my affirmations around negative thoughts that I know that I'm prone to, you know? And so it's like you're literally writing anti-malware software for a bug that you know is coming.
Mm-hmm.
So that when that thought hits me, I just regurgitate my affirmation. So I'm slowly reprogramming myself to the point where it becomes natural.
I love it. One of your favorite ones that you have is no loser talk.
Yeah. Shout out NECA. I know she's listening. No loser talk. She knows the vibe.
I love it.
For sure.
I would love to talk about, just to be a little bit more practical, I would love to talk about any negative mindset attributes that each of us had this year that we were able to rectify or slash, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So with me, I think that things really started to change for me when I asked myself the question of what if what I believed actually wasn't true? Just about anything.
Mm-hmm.
And that was so transformative for me because, you know, we get into our mindsets, we get into our beliefs, and then that dictates everything. And a lot of times, because our mindset might be attached to our ego, we got to defend these beliefs because we're defending ourselves, you know? But as soon as you ask yourself, well, what if I'm actually wrong? What if that's actually not true? What if this thing that I'm holding on to is actually not the case? It opens up a lot of possibilities.
Mm-hmm.
So with me, I realized like I was actually setting goals for myself that were comfortable for me rather than setting goals that like I really cared about and that I felt like I could really achieve. So once again, I was catering to my ego. So I was listening to a podcast of a few months ago, and one thing that they had mentioned was asking yourself, hey, well, what if that was easy? When you're thinking about your goals. So if I have a goal that normally I might say, nah, I can't do that. I'm not ready for that. That seems way too big. Then you ask yourself, well, what if that was easy? And then it immediately opens your mind up to possibilities. It's no different than when you see something that you might want to buy. Instead of saying, I can't afford it, you say, well, how can I afford it?
Right.
You ask yourself that question. And then literally, it's just how your mind works. Your brain will start thinking about ways of how you can go about purchasing that item rather than just it's cut off. I can't.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So continuously asking myself, well, what if that's not true? Has helped me a lot. What if this goal that I've set for myself is actually a really low bar? And it's changed a lot for me.
Wow, that's powerful, bro. Thanks for sharing that.
Definitely.
I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it. Yeah. Okay. Dang, Jay. You got anything come to your mind? Anything you had to um unlock in your mindset? Anything you had to
Yeah. It was probably a couple of different things this year that I definitely had to unlock. But one thing that kind of just came to mind when you asked the question was like me not thinking that I was like kind of making progress this year. Like, am I doing enough? Like, I feel like like over the before the summer, like with school and everything, a lot of stuff would just like packed in my head, and like sometimes you would get into your own mind. And then over the summer, like I had a really great schedule, things was going good, but in my head still I was feeling like, am I doing enough? Am I making progress? Because I feel like I don't know if I'm making progress. I feel like for some reason I'm not seeing it. Like I feel myself doing a lot, but I don't feel like am I really making progress? But I had to like get that out of my head and realize like, no, you're making a lot of progress. Like you're doing so much that you're suppressed, and sometimes the goals you want to set for yourself. So as I start tapping into my mindset and really seeing like I'm making progress with a lot more than I think I am, and I'm accomplishing a lot more than I see.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to like kind of make myself realize that I am making that step forward. I am accomplishing a lot more than I really thought that I wasn't.
Boom.
Church.
That's a good one, Jay.
Love it.
That's a good one. I sat with that one this year as well. I sat with a lot of this year. Um, for me, it would probably had to been being more optimistic and less pessimistic, because I think a lot, so I can really trick myself by thinking too much of a situation, and thinking the worst of the situation when I know better than that. Um, but just talking more positive to myself and really believing it. That's the key part. Really believing it. Really knowing that it's going to work. Why? Because what we're doing works. Everything that we've accomplished worked. Everything that we went through, it was lessons to be learned, and we came out on the other side victors, even if we had to learn lessons to make it there.
Facts.
So you either learn or you win. Either way it goes, you win.
Yeah. Never lose. Can't. It's no loser talk. So how could I
No
lose?
lose. Exactly. No.
And that's so funny about what you said about like sort of being down on yourself. Like is fear is false evidence appearing real. And it's so attached to this anxiety that a lot of us have, a lot of us deal with, where it's like you kind of just like paint this negative picture of an outcome. You're like, man, I know this isn't going to go right. Like, whatever it is, but it's like, says who? Like, you made that up. Like, you literally just wrote your own story, but it's your anxiety, you know? And your anxiety is a really great storyteller. And
Mhm.
you can like picture things really vividly. And because it's so vivid, you just think that that's real.
Right.
But
Right.
it's false evidence. It's not based on anything. I'm sure a lot of people can agree that a lot of times when we're anxious about something, and then whenever that event happens or whenever we get past it and we look back, like, oh, like all that stuff I was really scared that didn't even happen, you know, that never even like occurred. It's like I really drained a lot of my own energy just being nervous about it,
For no reason.
Yeah, no reason.
Mm-hmm.
Something I used to say years ago. It ain't that deep. It's
Ain't
not
that
that.
deep, right?
I need to put that on the shirt now, because I need that reminder every day. It's not that deep.
Sometimes it
That's
just
that's one
feels
of my
like it.
affirmations now. It's one of my new affirmations. I just made it just now. It ain't that deep.
Word.
Yeah, so I think I have to talk about what did I have to overcome this year, right, Zach? What my
Yes. Well, just yeah, anything that you may have called yourself out on mindset wise that you had
oh,
to reprogram.
oh right, right. Hmm. Yeah, like everything you guys said, I found myself in it. I can see myself saying that same stuff to myself this year, trying to think of something else that um, can provide more value for the tribe. I know one thing that really was awesome this year. You know, when we took our road trip earlier this year, guys, over the summer,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
early fall, uh, like going back to Buffalo and even New York City as well. I had a few people who I wanted to make amends with, or situations or places that I just wanted to kind of get some closure. So it was really good to go back to those places. And at first, you know, this was actually, I talked to, remember I told you guys I was in contact with Offset Mother, right? And
Yeah.
she just was talking about, we was talking about our story and the documentary and stuff like that. But one thing she said was like, once I told her like my full story, she was like, wow, right, I love your story even more now. But she's like, hey, have you had therapy? And I'm like, no, I've been good. You know, I've been good. I get through it. And she was like, all right, yeah, I know that's what most people say. But the thing is, it's just like you don't know until like you talk more about it and get to it. Or like you'll get to these points, right? She said, aren't you trying right now to talk about it and get over these feelings? I'm like, yeah, you're right. She's like, all right, well, that's your therapy. Either way it goes, it's like, don't say that you don't need it or you haven't thought about it. It's not important. Obviously it is. That's why you guys are out here trying to share the story. So I was
Mm-hmm.
like, yeah, I love that. So it just made it even easier when we went back to visit the cemetery or to go back and visit Tim or to sit down with Tiffany. Me and our sister Zach had a um, real heart to heart, right? Like tears and all. So it was a lot of those like moments throughout that trip where I let myself be vulnerable. And I think that's the biggest thing. It's like, especially on camera. I'm like, I do not like the camera. I'm just not really a camera guy, but I know I have to do it for one, our people, right? For the tribe, because that's how much this knowledge needs to be out there, that I'm willing to sacrifice my own comfort level to get it out there. But then to have like I'm not gonna just call them a camera crew because the Dos Coco Locos, they like family at this
Family.
point.
Yeah, family.
But but still, to let anybody just point a camera at me for hours, like a year ago, I would have been like, yeah, right. Like it's gonna take a lot to get that out of me, or I don't know, like keep the camera from a distance, like just film me like a reality TV show.
Right there.
I don't know it's there kind of thing. But no, they were up close and personal, like in our space. So just I think allowing myself to be vulnerable this year was a really, really big um, part of my growth. Like I've grown more this year than any other year in my life. I honestly feel like I'm in my prime. And we only getting older, so I really love that idea that I could say I'm in my prime, even though age-wise I'm still going up. So, and I think that contributed to it a lot, was being able to tap into another emotional side that I really haven't really tapped into or unlocked.
100%. I definitely agree. This year has definitely been a vulnerable year for me as well. We spoke about that a while ago. Vulnerability is something that our community really don't do within themselves, not even with anybody else outside, but yourself. Like we don't allow ourselves to cry. We don't allow ourselves to really feel.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of us don't even know different feelings exist because we just shut it off. But that's real. We definitely have to learn to become more vulnerable with ourselves and more in tune with ourselves.
Right.
And I think we learned that um, as a family, like as a family collective, while working on this documentary. Because it's just been just times we was filming and then we just start crying, or somebody starts crying, or like because we're just processing stuff while we're having fun, while we're making, a documentary. But it's cool to be there with each other again as a Black family and be vulnerable, and just be there for each other. It's really magical. I love it.
Sure.
It helps me. It helps me a lot. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah,
100%.
bro. Because like you, like me, we can be, um, what's the word? Like real dolo. But what's that word where you could just be like by yourself, kind of thing?
Introverted.
Introverted, yeah, for sure. Yep, in your own space, in your own zone. Still, like shout out and love everybody, but can get in like in a real tunnel vision kind of thing. So I encourage it too. Like I was happy this year when JJ kind of and Gina was like, we need to have a family time, like where we all get together and just on a daily basis we spend time with each other. Like that really, really helped us. So now every day from 4 to 7, we locking in with each other, whether that's taking a walk, playing a video game, family reading, family business, fixing up the house. It's just like, it's good to be able to say, you know what, I deserve this moment with the family. I don't have to feel pressure by work, by goals, by social media. Nothing else matters in these 3 hours.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So family is definitely where it's at. And I know every us kinfolk ain't, that's what they say, ain't skinfolk.
That's facts.
But
Yeah, not everybody has that luxury. We know that, our relationship with everybody is definitely a luxury. Not everybody has.
Mm-hmm.
find those nuggets in the family. Every family got those nuggets.
Yeah.
Also, what I want to talk about, since we mindset wise, just this whole idea of like determination. Like I know a lot of people want to hear about how can mindset help them become successful, and like one of our students hit me up this morning, was like, yo, I don't know what it is, but I've been waking up at 3 a.m. to code these last couple of days. Like I really love this. And we had a one-on-one session the other day. We did some live coding together. So his enthusiasm is through the roof. And it just reminded me of just like, I feel like I was looking in the mirror. I'm like, that's how I am when I have a goal. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's it. I don't see it that much just because, everybody's virtual right now. But it just reminded me of seeing his excitement about how determined, we are as a collective. And
Mm-hmm.
people really want to, grow and level up. You do have to bring like an insane amount of determination and really believe, like Greg said earlier, that you can pull it off. Like whatever it is, like you put that in your mind and really, really believe it, but then like bring some energy, right? Some force, some some mass, like really bring as much possible to it, and you'll see some results.
100%. Something that we used to say, or something that we still say to this day, is 1%. Just 1%.
Take the time.
I mean, you're not gonna go from 0 to 100, but you really have to be, like you said earlier, you have to be in the race to win.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not on the field, you're not gonna win. So you really have to put in the work every single day, no matter the amount of work. Put it in. It's a marathon. But one of the books that I would definitely recommend is The Slight Edge. The Slight Edge, it critiques and it helps you just it helps you push yourself to actually do that one thing every single day, because you reap the benefits on a compound interest over time without you even realizing that, oh, I'm successful at this because I've done it every single day just a little bit. And that's all it takes.
One step at a time.
I love
Mhm.
it.
Yeah, I was just writing that down. The Slight Edge.
The Slight Edge.
Who's it by?
I want to say John Olson. I may be telling a fib. Let me look it up.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So some good book recommendations today. Hope the tribe tap in with those.
Jeff Olson.
Jeff. Is that what you said?
Yes.
Okay.
So question, Greg, I'm gonna direct this one right to you.
What's
And
up?
Zach, you can follow up afterwards. Um, what mindset do you need to become a good or great freelancer?
Mm. Um, like I said, you have to really understand the fact that it's not going to come overnight. There is going to be lessons. It's going to be hard. Really buckle down and define your why. Get that together. Make it visible. Write down your goals.
Mhm.
Um, build the right team. Build the right mindset. Um, and just do it. Like I say, you can't win unless you're in the race.
Mhm.
If you talk yourself out of it, you're not gonna do it. If you think that it's too much for you, you're not gonna do it. It's not hard. Trust me, it's not hard. It's not, especially when you have people that are giving you the game, and you actually have a community of others who are actually there to help you lift yourself up. It's not hard. Um,
Hey, one of our students, Cuzzo, said, um, he said, "Hey, man, his 60-day goal is to start his freelancing company, and within a year, he's like, it may be far fetched, man, but I really want to make 50K in my first year as a freelancer." He's like, "I know it's probably too high, so I'm gonna come back down with that goal." I said, "Wait,
And I
wait,
mean,
no, I
no,
said,
what are you doing?
right. First of all, believe in yourself, right? Don't tell yourself you can't do something. But second, like we are a walking test case. Like when we first started our freelancing business, right? 50K was our first year. And that was like
Mhm.
for us, that was like, whoa, I can't believe we made it here. It was like a proof of concept. But also it's like it's not hard. That was if we were able to get that in our first year, just imagine, right, with some experience and like you said, having some coaches to coach you along, it's possible for sure. But like he said, you got to make sure you're not scared and talk yourself out of it.
But not only that, we did that in the first year, but that was not full time. That was
Right.
still part time.
Right.
So if you're at this full time, it's different.
Yep.
You have no choice but to win.
Mm-hmm.
What we talking about?
Right.
Hey, part time? Come on now. Stop playing.
Come on now.
Come on now.
Hey, Zach, before you answer too, as far as what kind of mindset does it take to be a good or a great freelancer, if you can too, drop your definition of what freelancing means too, just for those in the tribe who may not know what a freelancer is or what they do.
Yeah, my definition of freelancing is I have a particular set of skills. I don't pledge allegiance to one company or one corporation. Instead, I'm leaning on my connections and my network to go provide services, go provide resources, and go provide value. And I'm setting my own terms. And I think that, thank you. And I think that that last part is one thing that anybody looking to freelance should 100% take to heart, because, and I've been freelancing a long time, so I'm just speaking from experience. I've made this mistake. If you're not setting your terms, you are not freelancing. Like, do not be afraid to walk away from a job or an opportunity if you don't feel good about it. At least like if you're working your 9 to 5 and you go to work, it's like, okay, I've agreed to these terms and conditions, whether I like them or not, this is what I've agreed to. I know what my pay is going to be. But when you're freelancing and you don't feel good about something, you say yes anyway, it actually ends up costing you money, costing you energy, costing you time. And that can be a really big problem. And that's not what we're in the business for. So this idea of setting your terms and understanding what your terms are, I think that's really going to be the epicenter of freelancing.
100%. You said I have a set of skills. I thought the conversation was about to get crazy. But
I have a particular set of skills for sure. Yeah.
But no, for real, all money is not good money. You don't need every single client that you come across. I promise you don't.
That's fact. Yeah. No, you actually need to be, and again, speaking from experience, you actually need to be very selective. A lot of times when you're starting your freelance business and you're just thinking, I got rent, I got to pay for this phone, I got stuff to do. So let me go get some customers. And somebody steps to you and the deal is not right. This is that learned helplessness. That's that negative mentality. You start thinking, well, who am I to pass up $500, $1,000, $2,000 because I don't like the terms? Well, who you are is the owner of your company, So it's like you're literally changing positions, you're changing seats. Before you might go to a company or corporation, say, this is what I can do, you should hire me for these reasons. And you go and, you get your suit and tie on, you go interview. You got to treat your clients the same way. It's like, I have a limited amount of time in the day. I have a limited amount of resources. I have a limited amount of energy I can distribute to all my clients. So in not so many words, not exactly like this, I'm definitely not recommending that, but in so many words to your client, you have to be like, why do you deserve my services? It's like they almost have to interview for you. And there's a lot of businesses like that where it's like, not everybody can get in. Not everybody can just walk into certain establishments or certain stores or certain agencies and get those services. I think about like investment banks. So if I make $100,000 a year and I have a couple bucks that I want to invest, and I walk into Chase Private Bank and be like, hey, I want to talk to your investment bankers about, helping me grow my money. You're not going to get past the reception desk, because they're looking for their clientele are individuals with a $25 million net worth and up. So Chase isn't thinking about, we got to accept everybody that's coming in the door. So, look at yourself the same way, even if you are just starting out. And I say that because everything that you do, especially when you're starting out, you're creating a company culture. You're setting the standard of what's going to be normal and acceptable. So if you know you want $500 for something, but you accept 300 because of X, Y, and Z, I'm not saying that that's not okay. Sometimes that makes sense for everybody. And maybe you have a strategic play. Maybe it's a partner that you want to work with, you know, going forward. So it makes sense. But other than that, if you just kind of do it out of insecurity, the normalcy that you're setting within your business, even if it's just you, is like, you know, a lot of times we accept less than what we're worth, you know. And then if you have the opportunity to grow and the privilege to grow, you'll see the people working for you and your partners also accepting less than what they deserve. So how far can you really go? So it's about really knowing your worth and really knowing your value, and knowing that, you know, it's not for everybody, and that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
And what's so amazing about that, and again, I'm a walking testimony, you know, to this, whether it's with my freelance business or designing or my e-commerce business with my clothing, you know, I intentionally set premiums. You know, we come from Buffalo, New York. It's not necessarily a financial hub, you know. So early on in my business career, my mindset was pricing something so that people could afford it, essentially disregarding the work that I put into it. Now, in 2020, because I know my worth, and you look at my services and my product across the board, the prices are typically actually above average because, number one, I know what I'm worth, and number two, I know that if I decide to take the client on and the client decides to work with me, I know it's going to be worth it because we have the same mindset. You know, like if you can respect my price and you can value my product, then we're probably not going to have a problem.
Mm-hmm.
That's so real.
Right.
We went through that a few times this year, right? At Atlas, some of our highest paying clients is here. Like we hit some new higher highs, we hit some new peaks.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It was strain on the relationship because, like you said, they respected it. I like the way you put that. Like I hope y'all caught that tribe. That was some
100%. And just to build on top of that, when we first started out with Overnight Tech Group, we built websites for free because we were building the company culture. So then once we brought Zach on, it was over with. It's like, okay, we have everything established now. Price is going up, and the prices haven't stopped going up.
Right. Right. And it's about law of attraction because, you know, once you say my service is now this, and I'm charging a 20% premium, then you're attracting the right clients. You're attracting premium clients.
Mm-hmm.
Those clients, they know other people that would also be great clients. So your circle, as far as your clients go and your business partners, it starts to look a little bit different because of, you know, how you're holding yourself up.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we may not take everybody else in that reaches out to us as a client, but our portfolio is pretty heavy when it comes to heavy hitters.
Yeah, exactly.
It works.
Exactly. Wow. So yeah, I think, just to echo what you just said, Greg, you really have to kind of think about what do I want my portfolio to look like.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I had to put up all the logos of the companies I worked with, what do I want those logos to look like? You know, and then you build your business based on that vision. And you know, that just kind of goes back to setting goals.
Speaking of setting goals, goal hack. I really love that. Speaking like company culture, you talk about goals, like that. We have a session with our students at the Unlock Academy where we literally just try to hack our goals. But at the same time, more than anything, and if you have ever tuned into one of the live sessions, you'll see we really hacking the mindset.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We asking people like, yes, what is your 1 year goal and 2 years goals? But also like what's stopping you from reaching it? Like what's in your way? Is it time management? Is it confidence? Is it motivation? And literally just to have people come there and speak about it, I'm watching people fix those problems in their life just because every week they put a name on it and say, yeah, you know what? Me not doing it yesterday was because I had time management issues. So let me fix my time management issues. As simple as that. So it's once again, mindset is key, even in like a group kind of space.
Mm-hmm.
That's facts. Absolutely.
Um, so JJ, I'm gonna start this question off with you. What do you want to hack in 2021? Harness an abundance of coded knowledge. What do you see yourself mining and like digging in and really understanding on a deeper level, harnessing it, using it to your advantage, turning it into something bigger, more?
Mm, maybe.
You gonna ask Super JJ this question?
Say one, just say one. I know you got five ready. I know the clip is loaded.
As always.
As always.
I don't know if this makes sense, but like maybe my coaching, like the way I inspire and teach other people, like take that to another level. Like I know that like as of right now, like me coaching and being a tutor and doing classes like now, I feel like there's a level I can like go above, like compared to you as a coach and compared to me. Like I want to say I'm a bad coach, but like is you can see the level that you're on, and it's like I want to take myself to a new level of coaching with like not even just like students in like the tribe, like all across the board, like family, siblings, like really take my
Leadership,
yeah, that's the word I was looking for, my leadership,
empowerment
and
skills.
transform that to a different level, like really tap into that, because like I'm really starting to see like this year too, like people look up to me, like that's something for real. Like I know like when I was younger and like as one of the older cousins, like of course your little cousins like following you around this and that. But now that I'm getting older and I'm doing more worthy things and inspirational things, there are people that actually look up to me, like even people that's older to me. My aunts and uncles like really look up to me, calling me for help. And it's like, wow, I'm starting to notice that. And now I should tap into that more. I should use that knowledge and use that skill that I have of leadership and really take it to the next level. Because I had it for a while, I just didn't know. So, like,
Mm.
sometimes not knowing that I have this leadership, I'm in the mindset of following somebody else's lead, maybe, or not really bringing my lead to the table. Like, kind of having it there, but it's kind of like not where it should be because I'm not tapped into it. I don't know that I have it. So this year I feel like I've started to notice that I am a leader and that I don't have to feel like I'm below or I don't have anything to lead with, cuz like sometimes it can be like that.
Hmm.
But now that I'm realizing and really seeing proof that I am actually a leader, 2021 is like, yeah, that's what I want to tap into. Really like that leadership role and use all my knowledge, inspiration, and kind of like that power that I have amongst other people and take that to a new level and really utilize it in many different ways. That's really like going to help me, but other people as well.
Definitely. First of all, congratulations, JJ. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yeah,
Right.
just when because it kind of goes back to the conversation that Tink and I had recently. When you're in it, you don't really realize everything that's happening because you're in it. And me and your dad had this conversation a while ago where I told him 13, 14, 15 years old, the stuff that you're doing is amazing. Where we come from, we weren't doing that. So I was proud of you back then, but I'm definitely more proud to hear that you're actually aware of what's happening and you want to 10x that. I love it.
There you go.
Yeah, I really start realizing my worth this year because being
That's why Zach calls you Super JJ.
Super JJ, yeah, I'm tapping into that. Thanks, Uncle Zach, for putting
It's
that.
about time.
I know, right? Because
You
like
thought it was a cute nickname. I'm
It
dead
takes some time.
serious.
Like everything takes time.
Right.
where it comes from, but it just like it's gotten better over the course of this year because it's like growing up, being a teenager, like it's hard kind of in this kind of state knowing your self-worth. Like I see it, I see that you guys tell me, I see my family tell me, but it's like if I don't believe in myself, I won't see it.
It's true.
That's
I'm,
real.
I'm the type of person that tend to get in my mind a lot and let myself overcome and just say stuff that's not true. So it's like back to mindset. When you get into that mindset and you control the narrative that you put in your head, it's a different thing. So like even though I'm still growing up and still have a mind that's still growing, I have the choice to, you know, choose a path I want to take. And like this is the path I want to take. I want to be a leader, not a follower.
For sure.
Give give that woman a hug. Give that young woman a hug.
I got you, cuz listen, and I wanna take a little bit of credit real quick about no for
Let me take
about my
credit.
no for my patience. Seriously, like you got to think about this, and y'all some up and coming fathers, right? So, like, think about the patience that I must have had over the last 3 years, right? We didn't win on Steve Harvey. This girl that made the Forbes, right? This girl then met Colin Kaepernick and taught 400 or 500 kids how to code, right? And me and her mom, like, yo, congratulations, like this was great. Like you about to go and do this or go and do that. She's like, yeah. We like, get excited. That's how we started. Then after a while, we was like, this is just how she handles situations. This is how she handles them. But in my head, I'm still hoping, like, I hope she doesn't take this for granted for a long time, right? Imagine having, Michael Jackson or Janet Jackson, and you know what they can become, but I'm not gonna be Joe Jackson. I'm not gonna beat it out of her. I'm not gonna be Janet, be Mike. I'm not gonna make that happen. Instead, like it's been great to watch her do it herself and really just grow into it. So definitely kudos to you for being able to see it, like he said, that awareness. That's the hardest thing for everyone watching. Like that's why I used that G word earlier, geniuses. I know people scared of that word, right? They like, I'm not a genius. Don't say that. Like
Right.
that's you or that's them, whatever. That's like, no, it's something that you can earn. We all have an inner genius. You just have to go in there and get it. You have to go in there and unlock it. We all not gonna be JJ. We not gonna unlock it at 12, 13, 14. Right? It took me 20 something years to unlock it. So it's never too late to be great. So just stick with it. But congrats to you, Jay.
I mean, going back to another conversation. Oh my goodness, I can go back to conversations for days. But going back to another conversation that we had, all of this is from you, JJ. Like you never take that part for granted.
Right.
Everything stemmed from JJ.
Boom. It's a fact.
Yeah, I sometimes don't want to take that credit, but like I overlook it. Like, yeah,
Take it.
it's like,
Oh, you're gonna take this credit.
You're gonna take all this credit.
Like, knock that down. Like, I don't want to be the one that's like taking all the credit, and it's like we all working, but I do once again have to realize that work and realize like everybody's putting work in, but I did help.
Yeah, just know the role that you play. That's all.
We all played a role.
Yeah.
But the baby girl was she was a big part of the plan.
Like a seed, seeds matter. And any big tree and any fruit and any vegetable, the seed matters. So true. And our youth, I mean, I know we talk about that a lot. Now it's like we motivated and inspired by millions of youth that we want to reach out to and help out and help them have a similar path to JJ, where at a young age they can say, you know what, I can do this. I can be a financial advisor. I can be a computer programmer. I can be a real estate agent, whatever you want to be. But, you know, I don't want them to take the path I took, you know, and get all the headaches and bruises before I realized that, oh, I can do something um, more than just, you know, illegal activities that are simple. You know, I could do more than grab the low hanging fruit. I could
Mhm.
jump, I could fly, I could spread my wings.
Mm-hmm.
We had a question from somebody in the tribe. I think this is probably something for you, Antoine.
Okay.
Um, let's see. They asked, how do people who haven't traded before that want to get into trading, the trading bot, should they learn to trade and then come back to UA?
Great question. So, tribe, I don't know who asked that question, but shout out to that king or queen. I think it's the king. I think I saw. I think that came from Instagram. Because this is pretty much they just helped you guys get a sneak peek. So to everybody who here, thank you for tuning in and being live. Um, you get it first that UA will be releasing a trading course. So we'll be teaching you how to trade and then how to use the bot that you refer to as well, so you can also make money as well. But yes, you do need to understand the fundamentals of trading before you can just like, I wouldn't take your money, Greg wouldn't take your money, JJ, Zach. We're not those type of people just to like take your money if we don't feel like you're actually going to flip a profit or even like at least get some results, at least like make a run for it. Like we can't make any guarantees, of course, but like we're not going to just be like, here, take this and go and crash and burn. That's not us. Like everything that we do is customer driven, success driven more than anything. So having that in mind, because we really want to unlock this securities industry, right? This trading markets, we know how important it is for us to also educate before we're just talking about, you know, just investment as well. Some people out here just have no idea what trading is, what a chart is, and what signals are. So believe me when I say we got you 2021, top of 2021, we'll be releasing that course so that way we can get you up to speed and so you can jump in and start also investing with T-Bot because the way we see it is like 2021 is it's up in the air, right? If it's anything like 2020, then you'll know that the essential and the entrepreneurs are the ones who are going to win, right? That's
Mm-hmm.
what's going to continue to grow. So as Unlock Academy, right, our goal to continue to lace people with 21st century skills so they're prepared for tomorrow's future. We want to make sure that like you definitely understand these markets because money is just being tossed around. The stock market, the gold, crypto, Bitcoin, everything is up. Even though we're in a recession, right? Everything is up. So
Very funny.
what does that tell you
Yeah.
about the economy, right? About America? It's a corporation, and
Mm-hmm.
it's a corporation that believes in capitalism. And if the markets are up, the country is up. No matter if you know the stakeholders, right, the individuals are down, right? Yeah, so what? Some of the individuals may be down, but it doesn't matter. Walmart might have gotten like 10,000 packages returned today, 10,000 unhappy customers. That doesn't mean that they didn't reach $1 billion in revenue today.
Right.
Again, you know, so we got y'all for sure. We are a holistic ed tech firm. We think about this thing from a real holistic standpoint, meaning all of the parts, and we are always thinking about how to bring the best experience to you guys.
For it seems like I don't know, like we are humans. Like our company, like we come with the human aspect. A lot of big like companies out here don't do that. They just real money hungry or in it for themselves. They don't have that human basically inside of them. Like
Mm-hmm.
they don't think for other people or help. They only want to help themselves. They're in
Mm-hmm.
it for themselves. So
Mm-hmm.
it's a sense in like they don't have a human side to them. But
Yeah, no
we
soul
do.
in your
We
company.
understand. Yeah, no soul. Like we understand.
Mm-hmm.
We're here to give y'all a feel of like y'all can relate, not that we just in it for ourselves, in it for the money, in it for anything else. Like we hear real people.
We here.
Facts. Yeah. Here to stay too.
Facts.
Go.
Man, this has been a great episode too. I don't know, guys. I enjoy kicking it with you guys today. And but would love to still know, like, I guess, what's one of your biggest takeaways? What you think gonna be sitting on your brain, or what would you like other people to think about as they walk away from this episode?
Hmm.
I want people to think about goals that scare them.
Hmm.
Mm.
If when I'm setting my goals, I wait for those butterflies. There's no butterflies, then I'm playing myself. You know,
Yeah,
if I'm not scared, I'm playing myself.
That's a
yeah.
fact.
So, you know what I'm saying? So, like, yeah, when you're setting those, number one, that's what we started off at the beginning of this episode. Success is only the progressive realization of a predetermined goal. Without the goal, you can't be successful. As Greg said, if you're not in the game, you can't be successful. So, number one, make sure you're setting those goals. And number two, don't play yourself with those goals. Going back to the conversation you had with a student, Antoine, trying to lower your bar from 50,000 to something else because you don't think you're worth 50,000. Why don't you start talking about 50 million? A
Come on.
person that's talking about 50,000 can't even comprehend 50 million, but that's the conversation. That's the whole thing. You should be talking about, like, the second you say, I want to go, I want my agency to do 50 million in 5 years, you're going to start thinking about $50 million transactions. You know, it's not always about money. It could be about anything. But the point is, like you should definitely be like like stretching yourself, like challenging yourself for real. Like you're like life. What I learned is life does not reward mediocrity, not even a little bit.
Hmm.
So don't think that you're helping you or your family or anybody by setting a comfortable goal.
I love that. Thanks, bro.
Definitely.
Hmm.
Oh wait, sorry. One of our tribe members just said something huge.
Yeah.
She said the world has money to give. You just have to tap into the ease of collecting it. It's the words tap into the ease of collecting. That's so
Mm.
huge. It's like, I don't know. It's like to give like an example, somebody that might be single. You know, we all have that single friend or that single family member that's just pretty much always single. They can't seem to like stay with somebody yet. They're always talking about their love life. They're always talking about this and that. But it's like, yo, you need to like stop focusing on it. Let the right person come to you. And once you just return inward and get your energy right, you attract that right person. So
Right.
I'm so glad that Ebony said that. I want to echo that a million times. Tapping into the ease of collecting. That could be anything. Like
Wow.
just getting your spirit right so that the right things come to you because that's what you demand upstairs.
Hmm.
Not like don't think that you're going to go make $50 million because you're going to try to work 50 million hours a week. That's not what it is. I'm telling you from experience, the guys that make this type of money don't necessarily work as hard as somebody that might be making $15 an hour. It's not even about that.
Big facts. Mm. I love it. So I'm gonna piggyback on that and say that I want people to walk away with understanding the brain and mindset. Like really like tap in and try to figure out what your mindset has been and what you want it to be. I hope listening to this episode, you were able to pick up some hacks, pick up some habits, and figure out like, okay, I want to grab this, I want to use that, or I also used to have that bad habit. Let me get that. Let me get away from that, or stay away from that. Um, just understand it. I think more than half of my life, I didn't even try to understand my brain, understand my mind, understand like what, like Zach said, what's in me. I did not try to even understand it. Now I'm almost obsessed with it, right? I'm journaling, I'm freaking meditating, getting in my own thoughts, writing like stories. I done wrote books, like doing so many things, be, all based on understanding, perfecting, growing, cultivating a great mindset. So become obsessed with understanding yourself. Like our great ancestors wrote on the pyramid walls, know thyself. I still say that every day.
I love it. I
That's
love it.
spooky.
I would say tap into your circle. because you more than likely have people around you who can help you stay up and really cultivate those relationships, nurture those relationships, and keep those people close. You need a strong team. You can do it alone, but it takes a team.
Mhm. Yeah.
They
I
not
mean,
gonna
if you're trying to go after, oh, go ahead, Jay. Sorry.
Oh, I just was saying, if they not gonna bring you up, cut them off. If they not bringing no worth to you, they got to go.
What I like to say is, if you're not helping, you're hurting.
That's facts. Yeah, there's no in between. Um, and like, just to echo what you said, Greg, I honestly believe that that is like literally the key to success in freelancing or just in business in general. Since we're specifically talking about freelancing, it's your network. Like your network really is your net worth. Being in the design business for 11 years now, I can, without a shadow of a doubt, say that it was who's in, like, my success was who was in my circle, who I was working with, who I was talking to every day. And I realized that like nobody's going to give you money if they don't know you or they don't trust you, you know? So you shouldn't even really try to go out and like find random clients, but just start calling your friends, your family, people that follow you on social media. Just like, you don't know who they're connected to and how they can vouch for you. So if you're coming highly recommended, you're going to get what you deserve, you know?
Wow. Yeah. Anything you want the people to walk away with?
Yeah, I say learn how to validate yourself. A lot of people go to other people for validation, but sometimes it starts with you. So when you validate yourself, then you may want to go look for validation. But once you validate yourself, that may go away. You may not even care to get validated from anybody else because now you already know inside who you are, what you're worth, and what you want. So
Yeah.
when you start with yourself and you start telling yourself what you can do, what you are worth, that you can do anything, and that you validate your mindset and validate what you want, then that's where it starts. And you don't have to worry about looking for it in anything else or any other people because you already set that goal, set that mindset, and now that's how you're moving. Like you know that you're validated, that you know what you're doing and you know where you're going.
Yeah, see, that's a totally different episode, Jay, because what you're talking about is like actual freedom. Like actual freedom
Mhm.
is not needing, like you said, any type of outside validation. You don't need that. And that's when you can really start living different. I always say that, you know, the real you is who you are when nobody's watching, when nobody's around, you
Yeah.
know? So when you don't feel the need to like put on a mask or like, you know, and again, you know, like a big part of freelancing is using social media and getting connections and getting, um, you know, organizing your relationships and networking. I totally understand that, but we all have to also recognize that social media is built from the ground up to, you know, exploit that need that we have to be validated. So while you're networking, you have to actively work against that and realize that none of this actually matters at all. Like not even a little bit, not even like sort of a little bit, not even like kind of sort of a little bit, not even like sort of kind of maybe a little bit. I promise you, it literally doesn't matter, but we've been convinced that it does. So to your point, Jay, once you validate yourself, it's over with.
Mhm.
It's really over with. That's why people like, that's why I love like 50 Cent, like, cause he'll really say whatever. And
Right.
it's so crazy. It's like, yo, you with the size of companies and businesses that you own and your business partners, anybody else in that position might be very conservative, might not like post the things that he posts, but the man really doesn't give a F. And he's really like that because he's not looking for anybody to say, yeah, thumbs up 50.
Yep.
Like, yeah, he's not looking for that.
He seemed like he learned it years ago.
Yeah, I think he's just like that. Yeah.
Validate yourself. That's a key. Go unlock something. Come
There we
on.
go.
To be a freelancer right now after this conversation, boy, 2021 for you is on fire. If you
Yeah, right.
over with.
where was our people's tech company back in 2014? When we was getting ready to launch in 2015. That's what we needed. We needed this New Year's pep talk. No, this is great. I feel like honestly, it's an honor to be able to be in this position to share our advice, our experiences. We've learned a lot together over the last 10 years, right? Um, this is like victory lap kind of stuff right here.
Oh
And
my
even
God.
we still going, we still running for sure. We about to lap something. Hopefully, we don't lap some people, especially nobody in the tribe. Like, it's no reason why we should. But it's just, it feels good. It's humbling, and I'm appreciative of being here with my day ones to be able to do this. This is great. Really.
Yeah.
Appreciate you guys. Appreciate the tribe for sure.
Absolutely. Appreciate you guys as well. Congratulations to the team, to the tribe, to the listeners, to the viewers.
And here's to our continuous takeover in the 2020s.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Keep hacking with us.
We're still just getting started.
That's right. It's a little warm up. It's all good.
That's it. Until then, peace to the tribe.
Peace to the tribe.
Oh, wait. Somebody asked if JJ was Antoine's daughter. The answer is yes.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
It's also my niece.
Also my hang around.
Okay.
Tribe, anybody got any last questions? We can hang around. We didn't got our official ending though. That was good. Great job today, guys. It's epic. Somebody said, love that young lady's mindset. Is that your, oh, that's probably the same lady.
Yeah.
Thank you, Social Buttercup.
Yeah, so as we were talking about last night, we're going to throw something up on Instagram just to keep the conversation going this week. We want to keep harping on mindset, not just through the end of the year, but, you know, honestly, forever, because it's a forever game. We'll put something up on Instagram. We want to hear about what you guys are thinking about. If there's anything about your mindset that you might feel good about, anything that you might want to call yourself out on, let's talk about it together.
This is a safe zone. You are safe with us.
Safe space. We don't have a lot of those out here. So this is definitely a safe space.
Once you step into the safe space, you can't go back.
Okay. The whole main.
Do I look like you?
That's some similarity.
I mean, do you look like me?
Oh shit, get out of here. Shout out to Nicole.
Oh yeah.
He just shout out Nicole.
Big shout out to
neighbor.
There's always a reason to shout out Nicole.
right. It's always some reason to shout out Nicole.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's never
Nicole been holding it down in the comments on multiple platforms, helping us see you guys' questions and feedback, even if it just was like thank you or congrats or oh, that was a gem. We got to see, that's great, man. I really appreciate that. Hope to see that y'all was tapped in, y'all was listening.
We got a question. Antoine, how do I get with you guys on a regular basis?
Oh, great question. So one way, of course, is these podcasts, right? We'll be doing them pretty often and frequently on Wednesdays in the evening until something changes. But because change is constant, we know how that goes. But also we have Goal Hack every single Sunday. So on Sundays we have Goal Hack at 8 p.m. Eastern, where we on a live virtual video meeting, we all get to see each other, hear each other, talk with each other, speak about accountability, about goals, things like that. So I think that's awesome. Not technical, more so about mindset and drive and discipline, things like that. But then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, we have live coding sessions. So we have a calendar that you can link to. Let's go to calendar.unlock.academy, and you can literally see all of our live sessions for the week. So shout out to our other coaches as well, Mike and Tori, who are consistently doing these live sessions for us. And going on for a year now. We've been doing this. So just providing a massive amount of value to you guys. It's been like really great. And then we got also tutors on Slack. So if you want to get together with us every single day, we're on Slack. And that's our group messaging platform. And we got coaches on there as well. All the students are there. We're there. So definitely tap in with us on Slack as well. Not sure if I'm missing anything.
Yeah, those are definitely the bases.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got you.
Closer than social media.
It's deep. It's deep. I ain't gonna call out those other learning platforms, but I don't think they got Gold Hack on Sundays. I don't think they got live tutoring.
I'm gonna just say the takeover is real.
Just saying.
Good. Exactly. We got to grab those. Are you grabbing them already?
What's that?
Remember you said those comments disappear?
I've been recording my screen, so.
Okay, cool. Our class is self-paced if you miss a live session. Yes, they definitely are. Big shout out to Antoine.Digital. Oh, Chris been helping out too. Look at Chris, man. Chris is another one who won't play around. Shout out to Chris. Yo, we got some stars in the tribe, man. Stars. Pay attention, y'all. Stay tuned. I can't wait to the day till we announce like some of the projects for you guys, right? Be able to say stuff like, yo, Nicole just launched a new product. You know what I'm saying? Boom, 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 boom. She about to do an IPO. Like all of those kind of conversations, right? Like Chris just started a digital data agency, right? You can do all kind of migrations for you and analytics and reporting. Go tap in with him. Like we ready to celebrate y'all. Like I don't think y'all understand how bad we ready to celebrate you guys.
It's amazing. I think we missed one question about consultation. Assuming that that's about web development, you can always get with us over at Atlas.Digital. So you can email Antoine at 180atlas.com, Zach at 180atlas.com, or Greg at 180atlas.com. And we can always set up consultations, help you develop your idea, help you get a realistic sense of what it's going to take to bring it to fruition. So yeah.
I will go. All right. I feel great, guys. About to go do a nightcap, let all this digest. Appreciate this moment, this feeling. Feel really great. Feel like I learned a lot sitting here with y'all. It's crazy. I never stopped learning around y'all. This is amazing.
Constant.
It's kind of crazy. We've been together all year, talking all year. We still learning from each other. Like
right.
All your knowledge yet?
No, we got 100 years to go through.
Right. I'm just glad we're starting to record our conversations now.
Hey.
So I need you to do me a favor. Tomorrow, I'll go to your manifestation spot.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do that too.
Okay.
Let's get it.
Find one too.
Yes, he will.
Awesome. Well, hey, love, appreciate you guys, and peace to the tribe. Good night.
Guys, peace.
Peace.